Recently, a major controversy erupted in the English-speaking internet community when photographs surfaced of what appeared to be a massive submarine buried in the Sahara Desert. The submarine, strikingly similar to modern nuclear-powered submarines, left many questioning how such a structure could exist in a region so far from any ocean. These images, initially shared by social media users, quickly became a focal point for alternative history researchers, who saw them as evidence challenging mainstream historical narratives. As the photos gained traction, they captured the attention of a global audience, sparking debates and speculation about their authenticity. The first reports about this extraordinary discovery were published in a small African English-language newspaper, where journalists who took the pictures provided their version of the events. According to them, the find had the potential to reshape the understanding of history and human technological capabilities. However, alongside the enthusiasm, the discovery also raised many questions. How could a submarine end up buried in one of the driest places on Earth? Could this be a remnant of an unknown chapter of history? These questions fueled intense discussions, leading to a flood of theories, both plausible and far-fetched. As the images spread across social media, skepticism quickly followed. Many users accused the newspaper of using Photoshop or AI-generated images to fabricate a hoax. Some argued that such an extraordinary claim required extraordinary evidence, and without physical proof, it was nothing more than an internet sensation. Critics dismissed the photos as digital manipulations, further complicating the situation. Despite the backlash, authoritative sources later confirmed that excavations had indeed taken place in the Central Sahara about a decade ago, lending credibility to the idea that something unusual had been found. Reports indicated that around 10 years earlier, an excavation team had conducted research in a remote desert region, possibly leading to the discovery of the buried submarine. The mere possibility of such a find captivated the public's imagination, and soon, speculation turned into intrigue. The involvement of various governmental and scientific agencies added another layer of mystery. Among those reportedly present at the site were African intelligence officials, NASA representatives, and even CIA agents known for their work on UFOs and extraterrestrial phenomena. Their unexpected presence suggested that the discovery was of significant importance, attracting the attention of both local observers and international journalists. According to an anonymous researcher from the Institute of Archaeological Research of the Sahara, the 2014 excavation was initially part of a project to scan the desert for underground water sources. This initiative was part of an ambitious plan by African authorities to combat desertification and restore parts of the Sahara to their once fertile state. However, during these explorations, something unexpected surfaced: an enormous metallic object buried just a few dozen meters below the sand. This finding raised more questions than answers, challenging conventional knowledge about the history of the region. Scientists had long believed the Sahara was a barren wasteland, but the discovery hinted at a much more complex past. If a submarine had indeed been found, it suggested that the region may have once been covered in water, or that advanced civilizations had possessed technology far beyond what historians currently acknowledge. Furthermore, economic and political implications soon became evident, as experts speculated that such discoveries could attract massive investments in the region. Business elites began eyeing the Sahara, seeing its vast, unoccupied lands as opportunities for new developments and projects. The excavation team initially thought they had come across an old aircraft or a large buried ship, but as more of the structure was uncovered, they realized it was unlike anything they had ever seen. The fuselage was remarkably well preserved, despite being buried for an unknown period. The archaeologist who first laid eyes on it described the moment as unforgettable, emphasizing the overwhelming sense of historical importance. What started as an ordinary survey had suddenly turned into an event that could reshape our understanding of the past. The situation took a dramatic turn when, in the early morning hours, several unmarked black helicopters descended upon the excavation site. Armed personnel in yellow radiation suits emerged and immediately took control, dispersing workers and local officials. This sudden intervention suggested that powerful forces were keen on suppressing information about the discovery. The archaeologist, confused and concerned, tried contacting his superiors, only to be told to leave immediately and refrain from discussing what he had seen. The secrecy surrounding the event fueled further paranoia among those involved. Those who had been working at the site were quickly rounded up and subjected to strict confidentiality measures. They were taken to a nearby tent where they underwent fingerprinting, retina scans, and other biometric tests. Non-disclosure agreements were enforced, ensuring that no information about the excavation would reach the outside world. Despite these precautions, one archaeologist managed to secretly take photographs of the site before being transported back to the city. However, he knew that revealing them could put him in serious danger. For 10 years, the archaeologist remained silent, fearing the consequences of speaking out. However, as his health began to decline, he decided it was time to reveal the truth. In an emotional testimony, he shared his experience, hoping that future generations of historians and scientists would continue the search for answers. "We were silenced back then, but I can no longer keep quiet," he stated. His words resonated with those who believe that history still holds many secrets waiting to be uncovered. Though much remains unknown about the buried submarine, this revelation ensured that the mystery would not be forgotten.